Okay, here we go with a projectile motion question. We've got something launched with initial velocity v, and we're finding the time of flight. Okay, so in this one, I think, again, I've seen a variant of this kind of question. So there are questions, for example, which ask you the range. In this case, we want to know the time, i.e. the time it takes for us to get from this beginning to the end position. Again, no air resistance, so it's a calculation that we can do. Let's go for it. And we know v. I'm just going to kind of analyze this a little bit more. We know v, but we also know, importantly, that the initial vertical velocity here is going to be v sine theta. Now, why is that important? When we've got no air resistance, we know that the horizontal velocity is going to stay the same. However, the vertical velocity is going to change. Now, the result of that is that we end up pointing down and to the right in this way, and we've got a negative velocity minus v sine theta. This is a symmetrical case because we've got no air resistance. Why is that important? Well, we're going to try and find equations. Now, you notice here, all of our equations are about g, that's the gravity. We need to now try and think of a Suvat equation, which will allow us to answer this question. We know about velocities, we know about accelerations, and we want to know about time. So we're going to use this equation here, which is v is equal to u plus at. Why do we use that? Again, the variable is not in here is s for displacement. We don't know anything about those, so we're not going to worry about those right now. V is equal to u plus at. We're looking at vertical sense. The final velocity minus v sine theta is equal to the initial velocity v sine theta minus gt. Remembering here that up is positive and down is negative. We can rearrange now to bring that v sine theta onto the left-hand side. Minus 2v sine theta is equal to minus g times t, I should say. Obviously, ignoring the minus signs, we're going to end up with a lovely equation, which is that the time is equal to 2v sine theta divided by g, which is why the answer here is B. Now, there's probably, I was going to say there's some analysis we could do here in terms of units. No dimensional analysis, which we can do here. All we're going to be able to do is try and work that out. Okay, now like I say, there are some similar questions involving range. This one down here looks more like a range kind of question. Okay, in this case, we're looking at time of flight, which is our time t.